welcome back to another video. Today this video is going to be a little bit different. This video is going to be about the decks I use, all the different decks I use, and also what is my way of reading tarot. Like, how do I read the cards? Exactly how's like my way of thinking, and like how do I pick my cards and shuffle them and all of that, okay? Alright, I've been getting some people that are interested to know the decks that I use, and a lot of you guys love them or love the art on them. So I thought I might make a video to explain to you guys like my way of reading and the decks I use, okay? So first we're going to start off the tarot decks first, and then we're going to get into the oracle. So first I have my tarot decks that I use. These are all the decks that I have so far. I have been reading tarot for like 3 to 4 years, so like I keep getting new decks as I go. So I thought I'd share with you guys, this is my first deck. It's called the Lightseer Tarot. As you guys can see, it's like very, very worn out because it's the very first deck that I got. And I explained to you guys like what was my journey. So if you guys are interested to know like my tarot journey, I will have that link in the corner. But this is my first deck. It's called the Lightseer Tarot. I've been getting a lot of comments of you guys like interested in the art as well. It is very, very beautiful. Like, it has like these very expressive arts, and it's very, very like beginner friendly. Like, if you guys are interested in like a very friendly beginner tarot, or like a deck that you guys can use when you're first learning to use tarot, or when you're firstly reading, this deck is like very beginner friendly. Like, it's very easy to understand, and it shows you like the real meaning of the cards. Like, for example, this is like a confused person. So if you get this as a 7 of Cups, like the 7 of Cups is someone being indecisive or being confused, and it's like very clear from the image. So like, this deck has really been with me like since the beginning, and like I still use it in my readings to this day because I still find it a deck that is like very expressive for me. And like, when I tend to read, I definitely do rather use a first deck to clarify things for me at the beginning. So if you guys notice in my readings, I normally use this deck first because it just explains things to me clearly and it's easy to understand. And then I would use the other decks that can be a little bit more difficult to read or difficult to understand. So I always like to start with this deck at first. And I'm gonna put the name is the Lightseer Tarot deck if you guys are interested. So this is my first deck. The next deck I got is this Rider-Waite Tarot. If you guys don't know, like, this is, I think, the original tarot deck, or like the tarot deck that like started everything. So this is like these original cards. Like, these are the cards that are like original. Like, all of these are like copies or different arts, but this is like the original art for tarot, is I believe it is. So it has like these traditional meanings with the Tower, with the 5 of Cups. So it's like very traditional, and this is like a good deck. I like to use it like more with career readings for some reason. Like, I feel like when I check about career, or when I check about some things like that that are related to projects or stuff like that, I find it to be useful when it comes to that aspect, okay? And just to tell you guys like my way of reading, so I do not usually take reverse cards, and the reason for that is I do not feel that reverse cards do work for me specifically. Like, you guys, like, let's see, like, we would shuffle, and when you would shuffle, like, some cards would be upside down and some cards would be upright, and I feel like when I would shuffle, like, this would be upright, other would be already upside down. So I feel like they never relate to me. And so that's when I shuffle. The way I shuffle is like I shuffle and then I wait for a card to pop out for me. So I shuffle and I wait for a card to pop out because I believe that someone pulls the cards for you. Either it's like a spirit guide or a higher person that just like pulls the card for you. So I just shuffle and wait for the first card to jump out for me. And then when the first card jumps out, I know that then I can start picking. And so when I start picking, you see, there is ones that come reverse, there is ones that come that are not, and I feel like they both are just like that because of the way that it's shuffling. So that's why I never really take reverses. Alright, so I wait for a card to jump like this. I put the question in my mind or say it out loud, and then a card will jump, and that will let me know then that after that I can start picking the cards. See, this jumped and then I would start picking. All right. Something else I would like to mention, like if you guys are interested in tarot or interested in reading, something very, very important is that not every card that you take, it means that you have to take the meaning specifically. And I will get it more into that, okay? What I'm meaning to say is as a reader, it's very important for you to feel the energy of the cards. So not all of the cards that you take, you need to specifically take the reading of the book or the traditional meaning of the card. Because the thing is, you guys, when you read tarot, like if every single reader starts taking the traditional meanings of the cards, then all of the readings will be the same, or all of the type of people you read for are going to have the same readings. So not every time do I take a traditional card or something traditional do I say that, okay, they for sure have feelings, or they for sure have that. Like for a big example, it's feelings. So let's say I get the Lovers or I get the Two of Cups. A lot of people take the Two of Cups as a relationship card, but it's not that for me. For me, the Two of Cups can show mutual love, or can even in situations show partnership or co-working. So not all of the time does it mean relationship or meanings. But with me, how I work is I feel the overall energy of the cards, and that's why I pick a lot of cards. If you guys notice, is because I feel the overall energy. The energy speaks to me, the cards speak to me. And sometimes I get phrases in my head, like I mentioned in my spiritual journey video. And so I let them speak to me, and sometimes even phrases come in my head. And so let's say I even get like a lot of love cards. It can literally mean nothing to me. And some people will view that differently, because some people do know how tarot works. And so they will be like, oh, why are you getting so much love cards, but you're still saying that they're coworkers? Because it depends on me, because I'm an intuitive reader and I do feel the energy as well. So not in every reading do I get love cards and do I say that they have feelings. No, it can literally just be attraction or be nothing. I feel the overall energy when I read, and that's like how I depend on things more than other. Something else is every reader is different. Like every reader is gonna feel that the card means a certain way. Some people can take certain cards as a no or a yes. For example, some people will get the Death as a no, like no, this is not gonna happen. And some people take Death as a new beginning. So a lot of people like just have like these different meanings for the cards, and I believe in every tarot reader, they have their own meaning for a card. Like they just have their own definitions, and trust me, when you read tarot and you have your own definitions for your own cards, they are gonna come that way. So if you do view Death as a new beginning, then that card is gonna come for the reader specifically, because they are gonna know, or spirit guides or anything that guides you while reading tarot is gonna bring this card out for you and tell you that this means a new beginning. So that's why they give this card to you. So not every reader that gets the same card, it means that they're getting the same reading or anything. No, because every reader is different. And I feel like it's something important for a lot of people to understand. Some people can take the Ace of Cups as mutual feelings, or they can take it as very strong or overflowing feelings, and some people can take it as not. It just depends on the reader. And especially when I shuffle my cards, I know that whatever is helping me, whether it's spirit guides or anything like that that is helping me, they know to give me certain cards to prove to me. And let me tell you guys like a fun story that I told you guys in my journey video, if you guys have watched that I do not really read for myself. Why do I not read for myself? Because I know that my personal thoughts are going to interfere with the reading, okay? And so I know everything about my life. And so when I read tarot, I know that I'm going to just start matching up things because I already know my life. I already know me as a person. But sometimes it's very crazy to me. Like imagine I would be shuffling and I would be like, please, if it's a yes, please give me the Sun card. Because for me, the Sun card is like the very yes card out of all the deck. And I would be shuffling, and believe it or not, the Sun card would pop. Right now it's not coming, but it would literally pop, and that would like really confirm to me. Like sometimes I would be asking for certain cards and they would just pop out. Isn't that crazy? So let's try. Can you please give me any card about love? Any love card? Can you please give me any love card, like the Lovers or the Ten of Cups? Oh my god. You see, I just asked for the Lovers and I got the Lovers. See, it's very crazy because I believe that someone picks out the cards for you. Someone really picks out the cards for you. And that's like when I read for myself, like if I do not have someone to read for me or anything, like I ask, like, please, if the answer is yes, please give me the Sun card. Like, please give me the Sun card. And now the Lovers came when I asked for it, and you guys even saw. So it's honestly really crazy. And that's why I'm saying that I believe that someone is guiding me when I read tarot. And so they are going to give me the cards that bring me clarity. Like for not every reader that the cards that do come out are going to give them the same answer now. But the cards that come out for me are ones that, you know, bring clarity to me because I'm the reader. So you guys, it's like different for every reader. Like that's why like every reader does read certain cards as a different way. Okay. Also, let me tell you guys the name of this deck. A lot of you guys love this deck as well. It's called the Cosmic Cycle. It was actually one of my dream decks, and I really hoped to get it, and I got it. It's like very, very beautiful. It's also very expressive, like the Light Seer. It's very, very beautiful. My favorite card out of this deck is literally the Tower. The Tower is just like very expressive. Like when I first saw it, it just like really, really spoke to me. Let me see if I can find it. You see? The Tower is like very expressive. Like I always explain it in my readings that it's like a house that is like burning down. Like all of the things are collapsing. There is chaos. It's like one of my favorite decks is this one because all of the other cards just show the Tower as like a tower that is breaking. But this one is like a house that is burning down. So it's like very interesting to me. So this one is Cosmic Cycle Tarot, okay? So that is also like one of my, like this is my first one that I like really connect to, and then it's this one, and then yeah. So these are my two decks that I do use. The Rider-Waite, the Cosmic Cycle, and the Light Seer Tarot. And this is a deck that I do not use very often, but it's just one that I recently got. But this one also is like very beautiful, and it also speaks in its own way. It's called the Mystical Moments Tarot. It's like very beautiful. You guys see the back. It's like very nice and beautiful, and the art as well. It's just very gorgeous. And it also is like very easy to read as well. There can be like some cards that are a little bit confusing, but yeah, it's also like very explainable. Like here with the Nine of Cups, the Moon, the Three of Swords as well. It's usually a heart that is hurt with swords, but this one is a man that is hurt with arrows. So it does use things. And here with the Chariot, for me, the Chariot mostly means like a card that is moving quickly. But it's interesting how this one is a snail. And I'll tell you guys, like when I use this deck and I get this card, instead of moving forward, I view it as it's going to move slowly because it's a snail card. So you see how I sometimes change the meaning when it comes to the deck because that's how you're supposed to be. Like when you read tarot, you're supposed to put your own meanings. And believe me, the cards will come out as your own meanings, not the traditional meanings, okay? So these are all like my decks that I normally use, and I read them as not reverse. I only read them upright because, like I said, I do not believe in reverses. And also another reason why I do not believe in reverses, it's because I would read with another deck, and then, for example, I get the star upright, and then when I would read from another deck, I would get the star reversed. So it just does not make sense to me, okay? But it's all, readers are different. Like, I'm not saying that people who take reverse are wrong. No, absolutely not. It's just my way of reading. Though this deck over here that's called Lucid Dreams, it's also beautiful. And what's interesting, it has like these meanings for upright and reverse. And so out of all my decks, this is the only deck that I take reversed. Okay, The reason for that is like I use it like almost like an oracle, because if it comes upright, it has the meaning upright, and if it comes reversed, then it does have a certain meaning. And I have them all like specifically very upright. So let's say I shuffle right now and then a card comes reversed. Okay, so this came upright. Yeah, so these are coming upright. But let's say I shuffle and then a card flips by itself. Okay. Okay, like they're not coming right now, but like let's say a card flips by itself. Because sometimes when you're shuffling, like a card will like flow and then it will turn itself by itself. And if it does that, then I will know that this card is supposed to come out reversed, okay? And also with this deck, I do not do the same technique that I let one card jump and pick then after. No, I let them all jump so I know if they generally come reverses or not. And then I do take the meanings like it's like an oracle. Like if it comes upright or comes reverse, I read the cards that are on the top. I really use this one because I'm still not familiar with the words at the front, so I have to look. But it's honestly a useful deck, and if you guys see me use this as reverse in my readings, it's the only deck that I use because it's almost like an oracle for me, okay? And so those are all my decks so far. I'm gonna tell you guys now about my oracles. Okay, coming to my oracles, we have this Messages of Love deck. This is mostly for love readings. Like, I cannot really use it for other types of readings, but for love, like, it's very expressive. Like, when I read about two people, it really tells me how they think. It's like a beautiful deck. It has, like, pictures that are more realistic, like, not drawings, and it also is, like, able to express how a person is feeling. So I like to use this deck in my love readings very often. It also can give me more clarity about how the people that I'm reading for are feeling as well. Like, it also gives like a sense of confirmation other than my interpretation of the cards that I do have. So this is the Messages of Love tarot, if you guys are wondering. I also have this deck that is called the Wisdom Oracle. Like, it's one of my favorites. I recently just got this one and I'm starting to get used to it, but it honestly is like very interesting and you can put your own interpretations to it. It has very beautiful art and it has like very interesting oracles that are not really in other oracles as well. Like here, peace, a leg up. I usually like feel this like when someone is depending on someone or when someone feels like they are depending with someone. This is what I do see the leg up card. I'm still not familiar with all of them, but they are very interesting. Like, see, fork in the road, like some obstacle is in the road or something that is stopping you in the road. It's honestly such a beautiful deck, and it also really brings a lot of clarity to me sometimes in readings. I really use it. I don't use it that much, but it's honestly very good. Like, it can work for everything, like current energy, career, or even like about two people. You know, it like works for everything, which is very, very great. And also another deck that I have is this Love Island deck. This one is a very, very good deck. Like, it can explain to you the situation about two people. Like, it gives you the good and the bad. Like, it's such a mix of things that you can get. It's like very fantastic. I'm starting to using this a lot in my readings because it really gives you a good idea. And it does give things that my other love decks do not use as well. Like here with Cupid Arrow, love is coming, or separation, or shocking news. Like, it's very interesting and it gives you like other clarity that probably tarot deck does not give you. So I also like this deck. Another deck I have is here the Queen of the Moon Oracle. This deck also I do not use much, but I do like to use it when it comes to career because it can give me a lot of clarity when I do for celebrity readings. It gives a lot of clarity as well. Like, it's very easy to understand, like change, fear, reflection, faith, the unexpected. It also has beautiful art, and it really shows you by the card as well. Like, it's very, very easy to read. Like, you don't need to really understand it. This card too is very interesting. I only got it in one of my readings that I did, and it really was really accurate with the situation. Like one person I was reading for, it's like almost like they had a blind on their face. And so it's very interesting how I specifically got this card only for that person ever. But yeah, like this deck also is a new one of mine, but it's also very interesting to use. All right. This Hidden Truth Oracle, a lot of people really love this in my reading because they feel like it brings them clarity. It really like does explain probably what a person is feeling. And so a lot of people do like when I use this in my reading, like I want to tell you how I feel. It's like the hidden truth of the person I am reading for, like what they want to tell the other person. And so it really adds a lot of clarity for when I do readings for other people as well. And the last two decks I have are these two decks. I do have the Moonology deck. I like to use this like for career readings as well. It can really open up to me for like the upcoming months. Like for example, I want to see how the upcoming months are going to be, or for career readings as well. It does give you like specific things like the end of a tough cycle approaches or personal issues resolution. So I really use this these days because I just have so many decks to choose from. But this also is like a useful deck. You know, it can also give you clarity on the future. I like to use it in the future as well. And also we do have this deck. I forgot the name of it, but I'm gonna put it when I find it in this video. But this deck also is like very good to give clarity on relationships or anything like that. It does like say specific things, and it's like interesting, like it says wedding or it says worth waiting for. I used to use this a lot. It's good like to use at the end of a reading to get more clarity. But you guys, that's like all the decks that I have, I believe. And I just want to mention that if you are interested in learning tarot or you're interested in reading tarot, do not say that I'm not intuitive. Do not say that I do not have gifts or I do not have nothing, because no person does not have any gifts. Okay? Like I hear a lot of psychics, a lot of mediums, a lot of people say that everyone has gifts. Everyone does. It's just some people do awaken them more than the others. And, you know, some people are faster to awaken them more than others. It's just like for some people it's easier and some for people it's harder. Like for me, to be honest, my intuition wasn't good before tarot. But for some reason, when I started reading, my intuition was very good. Like most of the time, I would know even without reading tarot. I started getting phrases of people's mindset or people's thoughts. And fun fact is, when I sometimes do think about certain people I read for often, like celebrities or stuff like that, I can literally read their mind. Like I would sometimes be messaging like some fans or some of their fans, and I would be talking about them and explaining to them the situation of the celebrities. And then I would like get thoughts or feel like I'm inside of their mind. Like they would say, Astra, like, why are they doing this and that? And I would tell them that they're doing this because they are insecure or they have fears, or they're doing that because of that. Because at that certain moment while I will be texting, I actually feel like I have access to their mind without tarot. And it's like I already know the answer. So it's sometimes like weird because I feel like I have access over their mind. But this only happens to me when I have read someone for so long to the point I start understanding their mindset. But yeah, like I wasn't like this before tarot, you guys, believe me. Like I wasn't really that into it. Like yes, I would get some vivid dreams and dreams that would happen. And I would see like certain things that are, you know, abnormal when I was a kid. But it only really drastically changed after tarot, and I just got so many interesting experiences. So sometimes tarot can be a tool for you. And also like when I read my cards, like I said, I sometimes do not go by the literal meaning. Like yes, sometimes I would go by the meanings to give me confirmation of the energy that I'm feeling. Or like if I'm reading for someone for the first time and I do get love cards, for example, I do take that as confirmation. But if after that I get love cards, it doesn't mean anything to me unless like I definitely feel the energy of love. Okay, so First readings for me are very important, even though energies change all the time. But I sometimes ask for love cards, like for confirmation when I do the first readings, because that depends, like that makes things clear for me in other readings after, if that makes sense. So it really goes on my way. Like my way is a little bit confusing. Maybe other readers are like way more simpler, but for me, like I just believe in feeling the energy of the cards. And if the cards speak to me in a certain way, I will take them as that meaning. And I will hope that I was able to help any of you guys that are interested, or you had fun watching this video, or I was able to let you guys know more about my idea of reading cards and how I do read them. But other than that, I really hope you guys like this, and hopefully let me guys know what you guys think. If you have any questions about tarot, reading, or anything like that, I will definitely be answering you guys in the comments. And thank you guys so much, and hopefully see you next time. Bye!